आई थिंक इंडिया के अगेंस्ट भी ऑब्वियसली एक बड़ा मैच होता है, प्रेशर मैच होता है। उससे जब आप उस मैच में परफॉर्म करते हैं तो बाकी मैचेस आपके लिए थोड़ा सा एज़ कम्पेयर टू इंडियाज़ गेम इजी होता है। बट आई थिंक ये जर्नी उससे भी पहले की स्टार्ट हुई है, जब मैं साउथ अफ्रीका से लेके उसके बाद जितनी भी सीरीज़ हुई हैं छोटे छोटे कैमियो खेलता रहा हूँ। और नेट में जब भी मैं प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ बैटिंग को ज़्यादा टाइम दे रहा था, स्पेशली अभी यूसुफ भाई के साथ भी और शाहिद भाई के साथ मैंने बहुत काम किया बैटिंग पे, शाहिद असलम भाई के साथ। और क्योंकि मैं एक टीम की मेरे से जो है वो एक्सपेक्टेशंस ये हैं कि मैं बॉलिंग बैटिंग दोनों में परफॉर्म करूँ और टीम को करके दूँ, तो मैं दोनों चीज़ों पर फोकस करता हूँ। और वैसे भी जो आजकल की क्रिकेट है वो उसकी डिमांड यही है कि आप 3 डायमेंशनल होना चाहिए आपको। जी बिल्कुल, जैसा मैंने कहा है कि जो भी प्रैक्टिसेस मैच को सामने रख के मैं नेट में जो भी प्रैक्टिसेस करता हूँ वो इसी तरह करता हूँ कि जो मैच की सिचुएशन में जिस नंबर पे मैं जाता हूँ तो उसी को जहन में रख के मैं प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ। और बस जब मैं मिडल में जाता हूँ यही होता है कि क्लियर माइंड के साथ अपने आप को पैक करता हूँ और जो भी प्रिपरेशन मैंने की होती है उसको मिडल में एग्जीक्यूट करने की कोशिश करता हूँ। नहीं, ऐसा मजाक तो कभी नहीं किया मैंने, बट ये है कि जो भी सिचुएशन हो ऑब्वियसली एज ए प्रोफेशनल आपको उस सिचुएशन के साथ डील करनी पड़ती है। और मैं पूरी अपनी कोशिश करता हूँ कि जैसी भी सिचुएशन हो उस पर जाके मैं अपना 100% दूँ। जी बिल्कुल, जिस तरह से हैदर अली ने खेला है आज, उसको आई थिंक उसने हमें मोमेंटम दिया है। उसके जो कैमियो था उसने जैसी शॉटें खेली हैं आज, उधर से ही हमारा जो है वो मोमेंटम मिला है हमें, और उसको फिर मैंने कैरी ऑन किया और मैच फिनिश किया। आई थिंक जिस तरह से हम क्रिकेट खेलते हुए आ रहे हैं, स्पेशली इंडिया के अगेंस्ट भी और उससे पहले भी काफ़ी अच्छी क्रिकेट खेली है। और उसके बाद इंग्लैंड के अगेंस्ट जो सीरीज़ हुई है काफ़ी क्रंच मैचेस हुए हैं, और अभी यहाँ पे भी जो हमने सीरीज़ जीती है तो इससे काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा सब प्लेयर्स को। और हमारी प्रिपरेशन पूरी है और इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि एक और मैच समझ के उसको, मतलब कि ये जहन पे नहीं सवार करना कि इंडिया के साथ मैच है, जो भी बस जो भी अपनी तैयारी की हुई है और जाके उसको मिडल में एग्जीक्यूट करने की कोशिश करनी है और मैच खेलना है बस। देखें, मैं तो डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट में भी मैं ऊपर के नंबर्स पे बैटिंग करता रहा हूँ। तो जैसा मैंने आपको बोला कि टीम की एक्सपेक्टेशंस मुझसे ये सिर्फ नहीं है कि मैं सिर्फ बॉलिंग करके उनको दूँ, मैं उनकी ये भी है कि मैं बैटिंग में भी पूरा उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस पे पूरा उतरूँ। और मैं यही कोशिश करता हूँ, जितने भी प्लेयर्स हैं हमारी टीम में सब जो हैं वो इसी चीज़ पे रहते हैं कि बस जो भी सिचुएशन है उसमें परफॉर्म करना है, और उसके लिए हम तैयारी करते हैं। थैंक यू। आई थिंक काफ़ी अच्छा उनको उनकी कंडीशंस में हराना, एक तो वर्ल्ड कप से पहले वो भी टीम के लिए काफ़ी अच्छा, सब प्लेयर्स के लिए कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा इससे। और न्यूजीलैंड और ऑस्ट्रेलिया की जो कंडीशंस है ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर हैं, तो आई थिंक ये एक अच्छी सीरीज़ थी हमारे लिए।
अब आप वर्ल्ड कप के लिए ऑस्ट्रेलिया जा रहे हैं, तो पाकिस्तानी फैंस के लिए आप क्या मैसेज देंगे?
पाकिस्तानी फैंस के लिए बस हमें सपोर्ट करें एज़ यूजुअल, जिस तरह से हमेशा उन्होंने हमें सपोर्ट किया, और हम अपनी पूरी जो है वो कोशिश करेंगे, अपनी पूरी तैयारी करेंगे, उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस पे पूरा उतरें और हमारे लिए दुआ करें।
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।
Yeah, a little bit like that, really. We we're in the game at the halfway stage. Would have liked to get a few more, but having said that, we knew that it could have been competitive, and I think it was. And Pakistan played really well to change the momentum of the game. We were really disciplined with how we were operating for the most part. And the margins are fine, and guys hit the ball out of the park if you miss, and they were able to do that very well today, and the game did change, and as it does quickly in T20 cricket, and credit goes to Pakistan for their win today.
Yeah, looking back, was there anything you could have done differently for the ball? Was it just one of those days where Pakistan, Hagley and Nawaz, the way they batted just took the game away from you there?
Yeah, I mean, you always reflect, and learn and want to do things a little bit better. And I think we've seen improvements throughout this series, which has been really good to get back together as a team and play a whole bunch of games in such quick time and see some really important parts to our game come out, is good for us and up against strong opposition that have been playing a lot of cricket and some of the top teams in the world in this format in particular. So tough matches, a lot of learning, and nice to be looking ahead now to the World Cup.
Will you sort of feel the Black Caps are a week out from the World Cup opener against Aussie at SCG? Like, do you feel you got what you wanted out of this tournament?
Yeah, it's not really how we were looking at this. We were certainly looking at this tournament, in isolation a little bit. Having said that, clearly there's the big tournament at the end of it. But trying to focus what's in front of us and play the cricket that's in front of us. You can sometimes get a bit carried away looking ahead and all these sorts of things. So I thought that was good. And like I say, there was some improvement throughout the series and some good lessons as well. So I think really valuable as a team to get this sort of exposure and competition quickly before a tournament like that. But we know going there, tournament sport, it's a little bit different, and it's not playing sort of similar teams day in, day out. It's thinking on your toes and adjusting as a side quickly with different venues and different opposition.
And how encouraging was it to see guys like Fennell and Michael Bracewell really step up over the last week? Those are guys that are relatively new to this Black Caps environment, but they put their hand up during the series.
Yeah, both performed beautifully well and played really valuable roles within the side, really complementary roles too. Saw Finn at the top and super aggressive, hits the ball really hard and looks to take it on, which has been great, and it complements Dev really well, and obviously Michael, man of the series, which is an incredible effort, especially not to win the series as a team as well. Really shows his contribution throughout these 5 or 6 games, and he was very disciplined in his lengths and made life quite difficult on these sorts of pitches as well.
Yeah, that was your first half century for Black Caps for a wee while. How did it feel like there? Was it the best you've felt in a long time for that?
It was nice to time the ball a little bit and put together some partnerships, and I think we've seen that throughout this series. There have been partnerships and guys playing roles to try and keep moving the team forward, and it was nice that we're able to see that again today. And I suppose you always reflect and want a few more and try and find ways to get a few more come your future matches. So those are still the focuses as a side and as individuals as well.
Do you feel like you're slowly starting to regain your sort of return to that best form? You look really nice out there, timing the ball pretty nicely today. Like, that obviously will do you the world of good leading into the World Cup. You're always working hard at your game and really focusing on your role, trying to adjust to conditions as best you can and trying to just do what the team requires to the best of your ability. So it's nice to hit a few out of the middle, but ultimately just keeping that focus as a side, right, where do we need to be and how do we get there with your partner, and I think we've seen some good signs throughout the series with all the batters there. Just one more from me, Kane. Capturing, obviously, the Black Caps, you pride yourselves on your fielding, usually one of the best fielding units in the world. Like, how disappointing was it across the series? You guys probably weren't at your high standards during the series.
Yeah, that was definitely touched on, and not just the catches that went down. I mean, that can happen, although it was a little bit out of character. As a side, it's something that we sort of pride ourselves on, but that energy as well and bringing that intensity with how we wanted to operate, and we definitely saw an improvement today, which is important, and hopefully we can continue that standard moving ahead.
Very good. Bang on.